Hello and welcome back to Life with Shan. In today's video, I'm going to share books that I personally have a goal of reading before the end of 2022. When I think about it, I was going to do 12 books to read before the end of 2022, but there's about 6 weeks left. Some of them are holidays, some of them are books I already have scheduled that I want to read, and I'm just not going to be able to do it. For some of these, they are books that I absolutely had to have when I got them or asked for them from friends, and now I just absolutely have not read them yet. And some of them I've almost had for a year, some of them I just bought and they were Christmas reads, so I want to read those before the holiday season's up. And yeah, let's get started. One Last Gift by Emily Stone, which I recently shared in my Barnes & Noble vlog, is a cute little holiday read with some sadness of grief, loss, and a scavenger hunt. So I'm very excited for this. I want to read it before the end of the year because I want to read it near Christmas. So that's the first holiday read. The second holiday read is All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox, and it has a little dog on the cover, so I'm really excited for that. I picked this one up instantly because I read Maggie Knox's previous book, The Holiday Swap, for my book club, the Bookish Book Club. So I picked this one up because we all loved The Holiday Swap and I wanted to give this one a try. Next up is She Said, which I actually bought in an independent bookstore in Durham, North Carolina. I want to read this one before the end of the year because the movie comes out this week and I want to be able to read this, get it done, and then enjoy the movie or appreciate the movie. The She Said book is about the journalist who actually broke the sexual harassment story that helped ignite the Me Too movement. So I'm really interested in this. I was a journalism major in undergrad for a while, and I've always loved journalism. I read the news every single day, and I loved Gilmore Girls and Rory Gilmore. Rory Gilmore is a journalist major, so I feel like this will be very interesting. And it's based off of the true story of everything, so the more you know. The next book is another winter read. I read the first book of this series, the Simple Wild series, about 2 winters ago. I adored the first book, and I have been putting off reading any others of the series because I loved the first book so much. So I'm really excited to dive back into this Alaskan romance and learn more about what happens. There are 4 books in this series. I have all 4 books. People have generously gifted them to me, and so it's time for me to read them before another year comes around. Last December, I believe it was between Christmas and New Year's, when Barnes & Noble surprised us with buy one, get one half off, or maybe a really good deal. Barnes & Noble surprised us with a really good hardcover book deal. So I picked up the Thursday Murder Club, and then I instantly bought the sequel when I saw it in a bookstore in Charlottesville, Virginia. So I wanted to read this first book before I go and buy the third book when I haven't even read the first one yet. So this is on my list of books to read before the end of 2022, and I've had it for about a year, so it's time to get it done. Next is A Court of Mist and Fury. I read ACOTAR in July of this year. I am new to fantasy. I enjoyed ACOTAR. I think I'm going to do an audiobook listen of ACOTAR before I dive into this to refresh myself and to even do a vlog or a recap video of ACOTAR for you guys. And now, The Nightingale. I need to read this one before the new year. This one every month for the past 2 years. I've said I'm gonna read The Nightingale this month. My future mother-in-law loved The Nightingale. Everyone loves The Nightingale, and I have not picked it up. So it is time. It is time for me to pick up The Nightingale. And then now for Mary Jane. I got this one for my birthday last August of 2021 from Big Sky Books on Bookstagram. And thank you for this. I was so excited for it. I'm still so excited for it, but it is time for me to read it. I have a problem. I clearly have a problem of keeping books for far too long, but it's time. I have time to narrow down how many I have and just read them. There are 2 more left. This one, my friend Cam at Cam, I can't think of your Bookstagram right now. I'll tag it here. She got me State of Terror by Hillary Rodham Clinton and Louise Penny. And this one is such a dynamic powerhouse writing duo, and I am so excited to read this one. I've been so excited for over a year now that I've had it, but I'm still excited. I hope the time length between doesn't show that I wasn't excited. And then last but not least, the highly reputable novel of The Heart's Invisible Furies. I've had this one for almost a year as well, and simply the thickness of it has deterred me, but I have an aunt and uncle who loved it. I have friends who've loved it. Reading with Megan loved it, and if she recommends a book, it's a good book. Book of the month made it book of the year in 2017. It is time for me to read this one. I joke that on my life is two lives. The one before I read ACOTAR and the life after I read ACOTAR, which I haven't even read all of the series yet. It's just that was such a big thing on Bookstagram. I feel as though my Bookstagram lifeline might also be identified as before I read The Heart's Invisible Furies and after I read it. But yeah, those are the bunch of books that I need to read before the end of the year with 6 weeks left. I feel as though I might do a 24-hour readathon or just a reading challenge before the end of the year to help me knock some of these out. I also have Kindle books. I mean, we all do. We all have too many books. At least if you don't, I'm proud of you, and keep it up. And yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed hearing all about the incredible amount of books I need to read before the end of the year. We hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want more Callie or more books.